Today we're just going to do something not too difficult. So this is the inside of a DSi game card slot. So you can see some little bits of blue on top there, and we can also see that missing pin. So this game card slot does not work. So we're going to take it off and swap it. But we're not going to use a brand new reader. I do not have any brand new readers, so we're going to take one off nice and gently from a donor board so that we can transplant it onto the other board nicely. So we're just going to start by desoldering the legs from the underneath. So you've got the two legs that go through. After that, we can do the legs at the back. So this side we're doing now only has one, whereas that top end, which we're about to head over to after this one's done, is got three legs. One fat, thick leg and two smaller legs. The smaller legs look like pins from the actual reader themselves. I can't remember if what they actually do. I know I've opened one up before and seen what they run back to, because the normal DS Lite doesn't have those two little extra pins you saw on the right there. So nice and gently desolder them with the braid. That's the Gootwick, good old Gootwick. I put a thicker tip on the iron. I think I've never used that tip before actually. It was new. Had it lying around. So with them undone, I just popped it up, and we're going to heat from the bottom until we get all the pins for the actual slot nice and melted. Got a nice thick tip on the hot air station. I was running it at pretty high airspeed and 480 degrees because it was going through the board, and that just fell straight off, which was nice. So that's the one we're going to be using. It says okay on it. Over to the board we're putting it on. I've already taken that slot off. That one I didn't care about, so I was a bit rougher with it. But we'll just clean it all up. It fits on nicely. Yeah, all lines up, which is good. So I'm going to start with those legs on the bottom. Flux first, as always. Get the leaded solder. Make sure those legs go on nice and solidly. Once those legs are on that board, that slot's not going to move. Makes it a bit easier. There we go. Leg number one. Let's go leg number two. Flip it over. So I've got the leg on the left hand side. Oh, don't forget the flux, of course. I'm going to be nice and gentle as well. Make sure we don't knock off any components that are next to it. On. We'll do the the two little ones and the big one on the right hand side. Again, making sure to not knock anything off. Create more work for ourselves if we do that. And then finally, the actual pins at the back. It's going to make sure that they do line up and nice and flush with the board. We did pull it off the other console, so it may have moved a little bit. Overall, looks good. Flux, don't forget your flux. Absolutely need flux for this bit. And then go over them all with the leaded solder again. Hope it doesn't move. So it's not too difficult. Successfully pulled it off one board, putting it on the other board. I have bought new readers in the past and they've pulled them off boards, and the ones they sent out were had corrosion in them, so I don't trust everything you buy online. Anyway, that looks good. Remember to like and subscribe. Cheers.